Trigger warning: flashing lights and flickering images. This video contains flashing lights, rapid screen flickers, and high-contrast visuals, including effects. These may potentially trigger seizures for viewers with photosensitive epilepsy. If you are sensitive to flashing images, please proceed with caution or consider skipping this section. Your safety is important. Imagine it's the early 2000s. The smell of freshly cracked CDs, the hiss of a soda can opening, the soft static hum of a CRT TV. It's all part of the experience. You fire up your PlayStation 2. The screen glows blue as the iconic startup jingle plays. Moments later, a punk rock anthem kicks in. Ace of Spades by Motorhead blasts through your TV speakers, and suddenly you're there. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. It's a time when gaming felt raw, unfiltered. You're sitting cross-legged on the floor, controller in hand, ready to grind rails, bust out impossible combos, and explore levels that feel massive. You remember the first time you loaded the airport level, gliding down the escalators, dodging security, launching off baggage claim ramps. Or maybe your go-to was Los Angeles, pulling off sick rooftop transfers. Every level had its own secrets, and every skater had a signature move you tried to perfect. Fast forward a year, THPS 4 drops. This time, everything's different. No time limits. No pressure. Just pure, open-ended skating. The Alcatraz level? A total playground. The zoo level? Skating past elephants was just normal. But behind the scenes, THPS 3+4 weren't just great games. They were almost completely different before launch. From hidden skaters to lost mechanics, from game-changing glitches to entire levels erased from history, THPS 3+4 holds secrets most players never knew existed. And with the remastered versions launching July 11th on PS5 and PS4, it's time to revisit these classics, not just for what we remember, but for what we never got to see. This is GameCron X, and today, we're diving deep into the hidden legacy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Before THPS 3, skating in video games was fun, but it had limits. Tricks ended fast. Combos were short. And unless you were an elite player, landing massive scores felt impossible. Then Neversoft did something that changed everything. They invented the revert. This one mechanic turned THPS from a fast-paced arcade game into a combo-heavy, skill-based experience. Before THPS 3, a combo ended when you landed. You could manual to extend it, but transitioning between vert tricks was clunky. With the revert, suddenly you could chain tricks from half-pipes into manuals, rails, gaps, basically forever. Top players? They started breaking 1 million point combos, something that was unheard of in THPS 1 and 2. And here's something you probably didn't know. THPS 3's trick system was almost completely different before launch. THPS 3's original trick system was wildly different. In the early development stages, Neversoft experimented with mechanics that would have completely changed how we played. A realistic balance system for grinds. Originally, grinds required precise balance shifts, similar to the EA Skate series years later. The idea was to add more skill to long grinds, but playtesters found it frustrating, so it was scrapped. Mid-air stance switching. A mechanic that let players switch between regular, goofy, and nollie/fakey mid-air. It was meant to make combos more technical, but it was too confusing for casual players, so Neversoft removed it. A dynamic weather system. Some early builds of THPS 3 included rain, snow, and wind that would affect grip on rails and ramps. The concept was ambitious, but hardware limitations forced the team to cut it. But one of the biggest changes? THPS 3 almost had an open-world city. Instead of separate levels, early prototypes featured a fully connected city. There were hidden alleyways, subway systems, and moving traffic. At different times of day would change certain areas. Some spots were only accessible at night. But due to PS2 hardware limits, the open-world idea was scrapped. Instead, Neversoft split the city into separate levels. What we got is Los Angeles, suburbia, and airport. And if you've ever thought THPS 3's level designs felt bigger than THPS 1 and 2, it's because they were meant to be part of a much larger, seamless world. So, while THPS 3 introduced some of the most game-changing mechanics in the franchise, it also left behind tons of ideas we never got to experience. And that's just the beginning. Because next, we're diving into the characters that were cut from the final game, including a secret skater nobody can explain. We will expand on deleted skaters and secret characters. Who was test_char? Why was Bruce Willis almost in the game? THPS 4's scrapped story mode. More lost content Neversoft never talked about. We now explore the deleted skaters, the scrapped THPS 4 story mode, and the hidden features that never made it into the final games. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games were famous for their legendary roster. You had real-life pros, Tony Hawk, Rodney Mullen, Chad Muska, but also the unexpected ones, Darth Maul, Wolverine, Doom Guy. But THPS 3? It had skaters that never made it in, and one of them remains a mystery to this day. Who was test_char? Deep in the game's files, data miners found something weird, an unused character labeled test_char. At first, people thought it was just a placeholder model. But here's where things get strange. Test_char had a unique set of animations, ones that didn't match any other skater. Some players believe it was a real-life skater who was cut late in development. Others claim it was meant to be an alien skater, a nod to the Area 51 level from THPS 1. Some modders even managed to partially restore test_char, revealing a basic, unfinished humanoid figure. To this day, Neversoft never acknowledged test_char. Was it a scrapped original skater? A secret cameo? We may never know. By the time THPS 4 dropped, the series had evolved. Levels were massive, time limits were gone, and it felt more like an open-world skateboarding sim than an arcade game. But originally, THPS 4 was supposed to have something even bigger, a full-blown story mode. Hidden deep in the game's files, modders discovered cut voice lines from pro skaters. These weren't just generic sound bites. Some of them referenced missions, rivalries, and progression. The original plan? Players would start as an unknown amateur, slowly working their way up the ranks to become a sponsored pro. There was supposed to be a skate shop you could break into at night to spray paint your custom deck logo, leading to a chase sequence with security guards. Skaters had unique story arcs, like trying to land a sponsorship deal, competing in underground skate events, and even pulling off insane tricks to impress sponsors. Some believe this mode was scrapped due to time constraints. Others think Neversoft wanted to preserve the series' arcade roots instead of making it feel like a career simulator. But either way, THPS 4 was almost a very different game. THPS always had wild guest characters. From Spider-Man to Shrek, the series never took itself too seriously. But THPS 3? It almost had 2 celebrity cameos that would have changed everything. Bruce Willis as John McClane, Die Hard. He was supposed to be a gritty, action movie skater, complete with a bloody tank top. Early builds of the game had voice lines recorded for him. Why was he cut? Licensing issues. Neversoft couldn't finalize the rights in time. An MIB agent from Men in Black. This skater would have had a black suit, sunglasses, and neuralizer taunt. The character was fully modeled, but removed late in development. To this day, neither Bruce Willis nor the Men in Black agent ever appeared in a THPS game. But thanks to modders, some of their assets still exist in the game files. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 were packed with insane content. But behind the scenes, they had even more that we never got to play. From test_char's unsolved mystery to THPS 4's scrapped career mode, to celebrity skaters that almost made it. The series could have been even bigger than we ever knew. And we're not done yet. In the final part, we'll cover the deleted levels, New York's Lost Map, Skate Camp, Urban Ruins, beta content that was never finished, THPS's lasting impact on skating culture, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, the hidden story. This is it, the final part of our deep dive into the secrets of THPS 3+4. From legendary deleted levels to insane beta content, we're uncovering what was lost forever, and how these games shaped an entire generation. Some THPS levels became legendary: Airport, Canada, Alcatraz. But what if I told you there were levels that never made it out of development? Some were cut for time. Some were too ambitious. And some, we were never meant to see them at all. Today, we're uncovering THPS's erased playgrounds. New York City is one of the most iconic levels in THPS 3. But did you know that the version we got wasn't the original plan? Early in development, Neversoft designed a massive, fully connected NYC map that was unlike anything the series had seen before. The city had a working subway system, taxis, and real-time traffic. You could skate from rooftop to rooftop, grinding along water towers and billboards. There was a hidden underground skate park beneath Times Square, accessible only through a secret tunnel. But this version was too big for the PlayStation 2's hardware. The devs had to cut it down, break it into sections, and remove many interactive elements. Modders later dug up the early level files, revealing a New York City we never got to skate. Before the THPS series had structured tutorials, Neversoft had an idea. What if we made an entire level designed as a skateboarding boot camp? Enter Skate Camp. This was meant to be a massive outdoor training ground, where players would learn advanced mechanics beyond the basic tutorials. There were interactive challenges, like grinding through obstacle courses and performing tricks over moving ramps. Pro skaters acted as mentors, giving voice-guided lessons to new players. But late in development, the devs realized players just wanted to skate. Rather than force a structured tutorial, they scrapped Skate Camp and instead refined the in-game trick tips. The level was abandoned, but its files still exist. Here's one of the strangest lost THPS levels, a post-apocalyptic skate zone called Urban Ruins. This map was designed as an abandoned city, overtaken by nature and decay. There were crumbling buildings and overgrown streets. Giant, rusted pipes acted as half-pipes. A broken freeway served as a giant grind rail, leading into a collapsed subway tunnel. The level was meant to be an experimental endgame map, rewarding players who unlocked every secret in THPS 3. But Neversoft cut it late in development, saying it didn't fit the game's tone. To this day, Urban Ruins remains one of THPS's most mysterious lost levels. These games weren't just about skateboarding. They were about a movement. The THPS soundtracks brought punk rock, hip-hop, and ska music back into the mainstream. Real-life skaters credit the series for getting them into the sport. Speedrunners are still discovering new exploits, warping across maps, pulling off tricks even the developers never intended. THPS changed gaming. It changed music. It changed an entire generation. And now, with the THPS 3 Plus 4 remasters launching July 11th, we get to relive it all. The soundtracks, the levels, the tricks. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, some of these lost secrets will finally see the light of day. What THPS secret shocked you the most? Let's talk in the comments. And if you love deep dive gaming content, hit like and subscribe. This is GameCron X, and I'll catch you in the next one.